It's 18 weeks since Ormskirk and District Family History Society's Crowdfunding Lancashire campaign came to an end, and it's 9 weeks since our last progress report, so maybe it's time for another one. On Monday the 15th of January, the small team of members and committee members who volunteered to plan and write the contents of our 2 shorter history booklets met up to review the progress of our Sharing People's History of West Lancashire project, and we are delighted to say that things are going very well. Designing a booklet is an interesting process, and at this stage the draft that we're working on is exactly that. It is a prototype and not much more. But already the overall look and theme is beginning to develop. In our original project brief, one really important aspect was that these booklets should be visually appealing, something that people will want to pick up, as we hope they will want to pick up our Slice of Gingerbread booklet. The main aim of the first draft, because it really was a prototype, was just to fit each section into a very rough black and white mock-up, see what it looked like, and get an idea of what might need to be edited, what could be added, what could be changed in some way. But we're now past that stage. We've moved on to thinking about practicalities. Some articles, we realise, are longer than others. So the font had been changed just to squeeze them all into the prototype draft. And we're now looking at ways that we might change that. We are working to a fixed number of pages. During one really valuable part of our January meeting, we decided we'd share out the pages of the draft booklet. So everybody had a chance to read and review the contents, and they also had a great opportunity to get out a pen and pick out any spelling and punctuation errors they could find, because there is no such thing as too many proofreaders. And as the Society's magazine editor, I do know how very easy it is to make typing mistakes. I make them all the time. You miss them out when you're typing on the screen. And when it comes to this Sharing People's History of West Lancashire project, we want to make it as perfect as we can. Looking at things from a slightly more artistic angle now, we're also looking at ways that we can actually make the content of the booklet more engaging. We're adding colour. We're maybe taking interesting details out of the main text and putting them into a coloured box which will sort of draw attention to them, catch the reader's eye and highlight that fascinating historical fact. We've also realised that this lost buildings theme that we're working on is very likely to make people ask a really simple question: if it's a lost building, what is on the site today? So we're planning to include photos of the sites as they are in 2024, whether that is to show that parts of the building are still there, such as Lydiate Abbey, St Catherine's Chapel, Burscough Priory, or whether we're showing that perhaps it's gone back to nature. Lydiate Hall is certainly going back to nature, or perhaps the building is totally unrecognisable because they simply aren't there anymore. Maybe there is modern shop fronts and even in one case a car park on the site today, so you literally can't find them. They are lost buildings now. But I really hope that the finished books will inspire people to go out and explore some of, or maybe all of, these historic sites. Maybe they will even prompt people to do some historical research of their own. Why not? These lost buildings, after all, have seen a lot of history. In the case of places like Burscough Priory, you're actually looking at more than 800 years worth of history. Just imagine what must have gone on that site. 18 weeks into the project, Sharing People's History of West Lancashire is far from finished, But those 18 weeks have made a massive difference. We're learning new things all the time, we're looking at things with an editor's eye, with a designer's eye. We're trying to look at it as somebody who might pick up the booklet and want to read it. The challenge, as we originally considered it, of putting these booklets together is slowly turning from something that seemed quite daunting to something that actually feels achievable now. We're looking at what we can realistically do, and we've realised that yes, we can do it. I say we because we wouldn't be able to do this project without the enthusiasm and willingness to give up their time of the wonderful ODFHS volunteers, everybody who's attended a meeting to review the book, everybody who is helping us to edit it, source pictures, write the articles, anybody who might be supporting us in any way. They all count. We're really looking forward to seeing where it goes next. If it's doing so well after 18 weeks, where will it be in a few more weeks? So please do look out for another update on how things are going in a couple of months, and in the meantime we do add occasional pictures to our SpaceHive crowdfunding page. We're also putting bits onto our Facebook page too, and we'll look forward to updating you again sometime very soon.